You know, it's always fun to try and make out the smaller, fainter constellations. It is usually easy to find the big popular ones, but finding the smaller ones can be a trick, and a lot of fun. For instance, there are 2 constellations within the Summer Triangle, not counting the big 3, Lyra, Cygnus, and Aquila. Can you find them?
Oh, there it is. Vulpecula and... where is it? Oh, there. Sagitta.
Hey, very good.
Your turn. There are 2 faint constellations just east of Aquila.
That would be Delphinus for one. Oh, there it is. Now, the next one is a bit tougher. If I go out to the last star in Pegasus, then it should be halfway between that and Delphinus. There! Aquilius.
There's some deep space objects to find that area. How about we get the scope and see if we can find them?
Okay, sounds like a plan to me. Let's Explore Astronomy is sponsored in part by Last month, we told you about the Summer Triangle and some of the really cool stuff you can find in it. If you missed last month's episode, go back and watch it on the website. You can still find all that cool stuff this month also. This month, we're going to look just east of the Summer Triangle to find some cool objects in the scope.
Inside the Summer Triangle, you will find the constellation Sagitta. In Latin, it means arrow. Many ancient cultures, including the Greeks and Romans and Persians, said it was an arrow. It is one of the oldest constellations in the sky. Some say it was Hercules' arrow. Others say it's Cupid's arrow. I like that Cupid's arrow one. Next to Sagitta, you will find Vulpecula. Vulpecula was not named by the ancients. It was named in 1690 and means little fox. What a long name for a little fox. Okay. Moving east, we will find Delphinus, the dolphin. There are 2 Greek stories about the dolphin. One says that it is the dolphin Poseidon sent to find the nymph Amphitrite. Okay. Another story says that it is the dolphin that saved the life of the poet Arion. Just to the east of Delphinus, you will find the little constellation Aquilius. Aquilius is the second smallest constellation in the sky. Crux is the smallest. Aquilius is the little horse. Since it is next to Pegasus, some say it is the brother or son of Pegasus. Other stories say it is Hype, daughter of the centaur Chiron. In the Greek story, Hype was hiding from her father because he was mad at her. Since the constellation is so small, it only represents the head of a little horse. So they say that Hype is hiding behind Pegasus.
Sagitta is located on the eastern edge of the Summer Triangle, just north of Aquila. In Sagitta, you will find a nice Messier object, M71, a globular cluster. It is located 13,000 light-years away and has a magnitude of around 6. Unless you have very dark skies, you will not see it with the naked eye, but in a telescope or binoculars, you will be able to see it very nicely from your backyard. Just south and west of M71 is the Necklace Nebula. Through a small scope, it will look like a nebulous disk. This photo was taken by the Hubble Space Telescope. At the center of the nebula, it was found not 1, but 2 dying stars responsible for the ejected dust and gas making up the nebula. You can also find NGC 6839 in Sagitta. It is a faint star cluster. Also, be sure to look around Sagitta just south of M71 with your scope, and you will find some nice double and triple stars. East of Aquila, we find the constellation Delphinus. A nice globular cluster found here is NGC 6934. It has a magnitude of 8.8 and is located 50,000 light-years away. Another globular cluster in Delphinus is NGC 7006. A bit tricky to find in your backyard scope, it is located near the edge of the Milky Way 137,000 light-years away. Its magnitude is 10.6. Delphinus has 2 nice nebula you can find in your scope, but be warned, they may take some doing to find as they are quite faint with magnitudes of around 11. But if conditions are right, even a 6-inch scope can track them down. NGC 6905 is the blue flash nebula. Its blue color makes it a little bit easier to find. NGC 6891 is another planetary nebula you can try and find. Search the sky with a low-power eyepiece or binoculars also. You will find some nice star fields to view. Now, let's take a look at the southern hemisphere. Keeping to our theme of small, faint constellations, we find Capricornus, Microscopium, and Indus.
Capricornus is one of the constellations of the zodiac, Capricorn. Capricorn is the goat fish. It was named over 4,000 years ago by the Sumerians and Babylonians, who said it was the god A, who had a human body and the tail of a fish. The Greeks associate with Pan, god of the animals. Just south of Capricornus is Microscopium. There are no ancient myths associated with Microscopium. It was named in 1751, as the name implies, it means microscope. Just south of Microscopium, you'll find Indus. Indus was too far south for the ancient Greeks or Babylonians to see, so it was named around the year 1600 by Dutch explorers. It represents the indigenous or native peoples they found living in the southern hemisphere.
Capricornus has one real nice object you can find in any scope or binoculars, M30, a globular cluster that is easy to find at magnitude 7.7. It contains several 100,000 stars and is 13 billion years old. South of Capricornus is Microscopium. There's not much in Microscopium for the backyard astronomer to find. It does contain some nice double stars, though, including Gamma Microscopii, the bright 4.7 magnitude star. An interesting note about Gamma Microscopii is that its orbit and speed around the center of the Milky Way put it only 6 light-years from Earth about 3.8 million years ago. Back then, Gamma Microscopii would have been brighter in the night sky than Sirius is today. You'll need a larger scope to make out the 2 galaxies in Microscopium, NGC 6925 and NGC 6923, both spiral galaxies of magnitudes 11.3 and 12.2. Moving south of Microscopium, we come to the constellation Indus. Here, we'll find some nice galaxies. NGC 7090 is magnitude 10.5 and is a spiral galaxy. We cannot see the spiral arms because we are looking at the galaxy from its side. NGC 7041 is a magnitude 11 elliptical galaxy. IC 5152 is an irregular galaxy. For larger scopes, galaxies in Indus with magnitudes around 12 or greater include NGC 7064, NGC 7029, and NGC 7083. Now, we take a look at what planets we can find this month.
Mercury will be visible in the evening sky this month.
Venus will not be visible this month.
Mars will be in the evening sky moving from Libra to Scorpio.
Jupiter will be in the morning sky, near Cancer.
Saturn will be in the evening sky near Libra.
Uranus will be visible most of the night, in Pisces.
Neptune will be visible most of the night in Aquarius.
Full moon is September 9th, and new moon is September 24th.
If you have some dark skies where you are, have some fun and try to find these small, faint constellations.
Until next time, happy stargazing. Check out our other episodes in the Let's Explore Astronomy series at www.tedcookproductions.com/LEA.
You will find all kinds of cool astronomy topics there.
Hey, give a shout out to our sponsors, without whom we would not be here. Visit their websites and partake of their services and products. A big thank you to the Yukon Department of Tourism and Culture and Westmark Hotels, Westmark Whitehorse.